prime. Prime.
Look. I'm not going to necessarily say that you peaked years ago. But maybe, though. Maybe you are in the midst of full peak, and there's nowhere to go but down.
No, I'm just gonna be always up till I keel over dead.
So I see your nope, but then I'll counter with, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I just imagine what I can do when I don't have Alex holding me back.
Yeah, Alex.
Don't have Alex shackled to my heels.
We're just going to assume that Alex is done poking at this. Welcome to Whiskey Bowl.
Yeah. It's mostly the...
When somebody's at the camera.
Mostly the editing.
Just buy him time. How are you feeling?
Oh, so tired.
Yeah.
Actually, better.
Yeah.
Like vocally and head-wise.
Yeah.
But exhausted.
Yes. So, for context, this is Monday when we're shooting this batch.
Yeah.
Saturday, we did the 2022 Bastards Ball.
Which still feels like it was yesterday.
It was a lot of fun. It's always exhausting.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of fun. But we'll try to not make it sound like it was exhausting.
Yeah, it was fun. Did you leave the house
You
yesterday?
know what? For these episodes, I'm going to do you a solid. I'm not going to push in on the yawns.
Oh, okay.
You go crazy with the yawns.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
For this batch only. Hey,
Well,
what do we got today?
We're going to drink two things from the same distillery.
Yep, definitely with all of the energy we have.
From Titan, Rob Halla.
I don't have the energy for a Titan.
Daniel, is there, Rex, there's a Titan.
But is it in the distance though?
Yeah, it's Rob Halla. We've done something from these guys, but I'm excited.
Old Line
Distillery in Baltimore, Maryland.
Are they making or sourcing?
They're sourcing, but
what did they do to the MGP?
No, they're not. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Each time they source, they say, so this one is their cask strength. It's distilled in Ohio and then aged and bottled by them.
Okay, American Single Malt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a special edition called the Golden Edition.
Both American Single Malt,
because it's from Washington, Sandwich Island, from the Golden Distillery.
Okay.
So they're not exactly independent bottling and
Sure.
featuring the original distillery, but they're being very clear that each one of these things is from different places. Then it's aged and bottled in Baltimore.
All anybody could really ask for.
So we're going to start with the Golden. This is made. Oh, I didn't open that one. This is made by Jim Cottle and Bob Stolnovic, who are at the Golden.
Yeah. So
Distillery.
This isn't like a single barrel type of thing. This is just them bringing stuff together.
I don't know how many barrels.
Putting the barrels together in a flavor profile. Maybe possibly.
I don't actually know. I couldn't find out anything about. Ooh, very cherry. All of a sudden. That feels like new oak to me.
Yeah.
Cherry bomb.
It's a lively oak, but it's not heavy-handed. It's not. I don't think it's going to be overly bitter or tannic.
That's the most cherried instead of like light fruit malt nose that I've ever smelled. I don't know that I would have picked it as malt out of the gates.
It's cherry, oaky, and then third is going to be kind of a molassesy.
If I had to pick, I would have picked this more as like a really oaky bourbon.
Yeah. The
Isn't that
fact
weird?
is the American Single Malt, that's there are definitely bourbon notes in here. It's attracting the bug.
Yeah.
Really wants to get in there. This is why we have coins.
That was a lot of proof. This is Cask 50%. Okay. It's not Cask, that's Cask. 100 proof. I like the nose. So I'm getting, like what you said, the char. I'm getting a lot of cherry vanillins, and but it's not.
I think we're
no
both,
maltiness.
I think we're both assuming new oak barrels because a lot of that bourboniness.
Yeah.
Those are the flavors that you can attribute to the new oak. There's not quite as much vanilla as I was expecting, though. But again, it's not a bourbon. It just has some directionality that's in line with what bourbon is often.
This is very weird. I'm hoping the palate will display more of an expected malt.
If you told me that was a bourbon,
Oh, no.
what is different than a bourbon?
Whoa! Is it getting cough syrupy at the end of you?
No, for me, it's getting dark chocolatey.
Yeah.
I see what you mean by a little bit of the cough syrup.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's where the wood impact kicks in. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
become bitter.
No.
But it does become dark chocolatey.
Kind of roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know that I can find malt in this. This is the weirdest presentation of malt I maybe have ever experienced without being flawed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't taste anything wrong here.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no
It's
faults.
just sideways.
Yeah. I guess it's where bourbon and American single malt converge.
Maybe. I wonder if it's not 100% malt.
All right. Category aside, just going on the enjoyment or non-enjoyment of what's in the glass.
Yeah.
Because the category you have a lot of expectations that are being projected onto it.
That dark cherry to me in the palate shows up as medicinal and clingy at the very, very end, but it doesn't show up in the first sip. The first sip does this blasted char note, and then it turns really sweet, like candied sweet. Like for a split second, I thought it was flavored. And then it immediately shifted gears into that phenolic.
So, two things. One, I keep finding, now that I got it in me, on the nose and on the taste, a cinnamon toast type of quality. Two, this one's Cask.
Yeah.
This is 50. Even at 50, the flavors are rich and robust.
And it's punchy.
No, I was going to say,
I'm getting on the palate.
I'm not getting punchy at all.
Nose is fine.
Yeah.
Palate is punchy.
The palate, to me, is softer than I was expecting at 100 proof whiskey. This, to me, drinks like it was not 50%, but
hold on to that.
maybe mid-40s.
Let's try
I like it.
their Cask version.
Yeah.
This is not made in Washington, so it should be very different in theory. This was made in Ohio, and I don't know by who.
Yeah, if I took my cinnamon toast and I dipped it in some like cherry forward type of jam or something.
Well, that smells totally different.
Oh yeah, no, there's this.
They're not even close.
They're not comparable really at all.
This smells more like, well, no, it's still green.
Do you think maybe somebody snuck a bourbon in this bottle?
It makes me wonder. Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. It's just unexpected for the category. So this is going to be, the Cask is going to be more of that maltiness, but also...
But not. There's also this almost hoppy green note. And hops is too strong of a word.
No, hops are-
It's
You want me to pull out some hops, and we'll pull out that bottle right there.
It's sour green, but it's not off. It's like a...
Again, all right. I'm not getting that. I'm getting the type of antique, like a really heavily polished antique piece of furniture.
Yeah.
That type of note, but I'm not getting green notes. I'm getting really old, matured,
That's all
worn wood.
up front. That's all that's presenting right up front. But behind that and around it,
I'm getting like some
there's
hay.
these wisps.
I'm getting hay.
Yeah.
I'm not getting green. So
Maybe green apple now.
these are very different, but on the nose, I like them about the same.
As far as they're not comparable, but they're equally enjoyable.
There's not anything I would say is wrong with it. There's no obvious faults.
See?
Ooh, there's a little bit of like a barrel char smoke down here.
Yeah, but it's barrel smoke, and it's a little bit still cut wood. Not sap is too strong, but it's like a fresh, green kind of note.
That char forward where it almost turns into a smokiness. I wasn't getting any of that on the nose of the Cask, but I did absolutely get it. It's one of the first things on the taste. Okay, and now I'm getting more of that wood varnishy note on the nose going back to this.
Oh man, and going back to this smells completely different now.
Oh, now there's that vanilla after you do the AB.
Fake bananas.
A little bit. Yeah, now it's kind of like caramelized bananas. You know, kind of like they get the sugar, they're
That's
sprinkled
why I
in
love
there.
AB comparisons.
Yeah.
Still, the palate on the golden is a little too sweet at the end, too sweetened at the end for me. But this one is a little too rough around the edges for me.
So I went back to the nose coming off of this. These are cool side by side because they definitely pull back the curtain on flavors whenever you hop from one to another. Things that you weren't getting when that was the only thing that you were drinking.
Yeah. Weird.
Ah, wow.
I'm not sure whether I like whether I would say I liked either of them.
I like them both better. I wouldn't say I dislike them. I think they're pretty good. But I like them both better after I went to its counterpart,
Right.
and then I jumped back to it.
Yeah.
Both, in both directions.
They both improved.
I liked this better after I went here, and I liked this better after I went back to here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'll let that one sit with time.
Between the two, what do you choose?
I don't know, because I still prefer the nose to this, but the palate to this.
I'm saying this right.
Yeah.
I'm going with that. And again, this is drinking softer than I would expect from a cask. These both drink a little bit more smoothly than what I would typically expect from their proofs. A little bit. It's not a huge, crazy difference, but
I'm still getting a kind of green note in the back of this one.
I never got
Every
that.
time I go back, it's way back there. But it's like you painted the wrong color on a house and tried to cover it up, and you're 4 coats in, and you can still get a glimpse of the first wrong color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a minute and see what happens in the glass there. Adam. All right, hold on a second. Not your fucking business. Not your fucking business. Anyway. Gets into whiskey. Hey, sweet, look at this neat cork. Gets into cocktails. Who the F thought putting corks in liquor bottles is a good idea? Why is this century-old holdover still around?
Yeah. No, and I was saying, I think it's funny because there is a huge divide between casual drinkers who like bottles and accoutrements and working bartenders who have to deal with the shit that brands come up with.
Yeah.
Who just wish everything was in the most generic bottle that you could hold with a hand, and it was short enough you could fit multiple things, and it was labeled well enough you could see it easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, whenever you ask people that stock bars, what are they looking for in a bottle? One of the things, who was it that did the release with the really famous musician and that labels the gates?
Yeah, the Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door.
Yeah.
The Pritchards. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the things that I never considered, but if you're looking at having something that you want to have a presence in the bar, you need to make sure that the bottle is either round or the side of the bottle. If it's not round, the side of the bottle needs to have all like the name and the information.
Yeah, because look at that. They're not going to know.
If it's a full shelf, if it's not a round bottle, if it's something that's got, they're sticking it like that, and nobody sitting at the bar will see that. So there's a lot of things that go into the design of a bottle.
Because that takes up more.
Then the question becomes, has anybody ever done a bottle design for bar release? And then something that's a little bit more elaborate and fiddly for retail shelves?
I don't think so, but just because of the tip, I mean, I could be wrong.
Because people love fiddlies.
People,
bartenders, not so
the people
much.
who've done bar releases have focused on what's in the bottle.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a ton of one bottling for bar and one bottling for not.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a difference in both directions, but you're serving different.
But then you also lose your bottle discount orders because you're having to split your bottle count between 2 different bottle manufacturers.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make cost sense.
We have the John Rosino. Yeah, but cost sense, like how many bottles have we seen where the design that went into the bottle, that makes no sense.
Yeah, lots.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying.
For a certain number of
Why
people
do
that are
it
making
twice?
whiskey out there, that are making whiskey out there, they're kind of going for just what's going to be the most badass thing,
Right.
not what's going to be the cheapest cost per bottle on a shelf, retail versus bar. John Racino III, please tell me the significance of the star. I know this is a 5-year-old video, but I must know. I have been binge watching your progress and experiencing the channel's development. Nice.
So for this is students who have graduated the level 3 in the whiskey sommelier school here on campus. You get this star added. So there. Level 4, you get a back brace and a neck pad.
Because it weighs 10 pounds.
Yeah, and a year's worth of chiropractic visits.
I just went back to this. It's actually a little bit nicer.
Okay.
It's not blowing me away, but it's definitely not bad. Where I said it's pretty good,
Yeah.
now I'm saying it's pretty dang good.
I still like the nose best here. I still like the palate better here.
You know, I just imagined a freshly built wood cabin on the nose of this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That freshly built cut wood, that's the green I'm talking about.
Yeah. But they're nice.
Yeah.
Here's to fighting, stealing, drinking.
If you fight me, fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your liver, sir.
And if you drink,
May you drink with us.